Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm out here at Point Judith Lighthouse down here in the southeastern part of Rhode Island. A gorgeous day today. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 40s, blue skies. I've got some clouds, so hopefully the sunset, as it starts to get later in the day, really turns out to be nice tonight. But right now what I'm trying to do is just work on a nice black and white image. I've got a really good composition right here. I'm right at the edge where this water is coming in and hitting all these rocks in front of me. And I've got the image frame. The leading line is the rock's edge, the water's edge, and it's kind of curving around up into from the bottom right hand up into the left, and it's going to lead all the way up into Lighthouse is going to be at the top left hand corner of the frame. It looks like it's going to be a really good image. I've already got the lead filter adapter on there because I need to slow this down because I want to try to smooth out the water as it crashes against these rocks. Try to smooth it out and get some more contrast as it's creating this white foam around this as a leading line, because since this is going to be a black and white image, I really want to have that white contrast as a leading line going up into the lighthouse. So I've got the lead big stopper on now. I was getting about 1/320th of a second. With 1/320th of a second and lead big stopper, it calls for a 2.5 second, anywhere between 2.5 second to 3 second exposure. But yeah, so all I'm doing right now is really just timing as the waves come in. I got a 2-second timer. I try to time it as they come in and hit these rocks and let the image go. So the final settings we use for this image is f8, ISO 100. I'm at 35 millimeters on the 16 to 35. I have the lead big stopper and 2.5 second shutter speed. So I'm just going to go ahead and wait for a second for this next wave to come in to kind of show you what I'm doing here. Well, that one wasn't much there at all, so let's see if we can wait for the next one. Looks like we might have one coming in here in a second. And I'm sorry that you probably can't see me very well right now because the sun's directly behind me, so I know I'm probably in shadow a little bit, so hopefully I can bring it out a little bit in post-production so you can at least see me. But yeah, so let's go ahead and wait for this one right here. 2-second timer. The water comes in. Here's the image. Okay, so I hope you liked that first image. I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to walk a little bit closer to the lighthouse back behind me and see if I can find another composition, maybe on the other side, facing the other direction, see if I can't walk in that area and get a good composition. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a walk, see what we can't find on that side. Alright, so I did my walk over to the lighthouse, didn't find any compositions over there, so what I was thinking about doing is if I hurry up and get in the truck and hustle back up north a little bit, I can go to another lighthouse that I have not been to with you and try to get it for the sunset. I got a pretty good image here at Point Judith Lighthouse. The black and white image I think is going to turn out really well. I think you'll enjoy that. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and jump in the truck, drive up north to another place called Castle Hill Light. It's in Newport, Rhode Island actually, so it's going to probably take me a good half hour drive up there, but hopefully I'll be able to make it up there in time to get out and get things set up for a sunset shoot up there at that lighthouse. So next time you see me, we'll be in Newport. Alright, so we made our way over to Castle Hill Lighthouse in Newport, Rhode Island. It took me about a 35-minute drive to from where we were at. So I've got about another hour or so worth of light, so let's go check this place out. Okay, so I was going to take a couple of shots over there by the lighthouse, but it's really crowded. Plus, I just didn't see anything that I really liked for composition. The sun's getting ready to set here just in a couple of, probably right here in the next minute or so. I got some really good clouds off on the horizon. So what I'm using right now is a rock outcropping that is kind of leading as a diagonal out into the ocean. And I'm just going to use the setting sun. I'm going to do a really long exposure. Right now I've got the lead big stopper on and it's calling for about a minute exposure time for this image. I've got my cable release. I've already focused on where I want to focus. I put it in manual, turn the VR off. I'm on F8, ISO 100. So I'm going to go ahead and do this 1 minute exposure and we'll see how the image looks. Okay, we're coming up on our 1 minute exposure time right now. Go ahead and take a look and see how it is. Yeah, I think that image is really outstanding. I just really love how everything is just so silky smooth as the sun's setting right on the crest of the horizon. It just looks amazing. So here's the image. Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking. John, what the hell are you doing laying down on the ground with your camera, laying on some rocks? Well, I've actually got a pretty good reason. After this last shot that I just took that I showed you just a second ago, I started packing things up and started to walk back towards the lighthouse to start maybe heading back. There's a lot of these little pools of water all in these rocks and everything. And as I was walking and climbing through these rocks, I saw the reflection of just the light portion of the lighthouse in this pool of water. So I went ahead and got all the way down low to the rock so I can capture this image. So I couldn't just walk past it and not try to capture this image. I'm on this rock here and it's pretty stable. I'm not afraid of it moving or anything like that. So I tried with my tripod, but I just couldn't get low enough on this pool of water to capture the reflection that I saw as I was walking past it. So I had to get as low as I could. So this is why I've got my camera laying the way it does. I'm on F8 ISO 100. I've focused, I'm not going to use any filters whatsoever. I focused on the light of the lighthouse in the reflection to try to make sure that I can get it sharp. But as the light goes around the lighthouse, I've got to time my exposure. I'm still using a 2-second timer. I'm getting about a ½ a second exposure time at F8. So it's a really cool composition because I've got all these little pieces of this rock structure right here to the foreground, and it's really adding to the exposure, I think, or the image, I believe, because it's leading you into the lighthouse and its reflection in this pool of water. The stuff that's in the foreground is a little bit out of focus because of the depth of field that I've got since I'm so close to it, and I focused on that, on the light that's a little bit further away from it. So yeah, I really like this image. The sky isn't much to be excited about, but I just really like the composition. So what I might do in post-processing is maybe make this a square composition just to maybe bring some of that sky out of it, so it's just really concentrating and focusing on the lighthouse itself. So let's go ahead and get this image, and then maybe I'll try and finish walking back to the truck and head home. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I think you'll like that image a lot. All right, so I'm running out of daylight. I think I'm gonna call it quits for today's vlog. I had a really good time going out. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but that's kind of like how it was. I was all over the place. I was from southwestern or southeastern Rhode Island all the way up to the north central port of Rhode Island, all the way over onto the Newport. Had a really good time finding these images at these two lighthouses. So I really hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you did like the content, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. I try to get out as often as I can to create new content. I'm really trying to improve. Especially I really enjoy the cinematography of vlogging and filmmaking as well as I do my still imaging. So I really try to improve upon my cinematography and filmmaking while I'm out here as well. So I always try to find new ideas or try to figure out new ways to show you the area, how I'm feeling for the day, and everything like that. So definitely, if you liked it, like the content, hit the like button. Thank you for watching as always, and until next time, we'll see you later.